Welcome back to a new week, guys. This is Mrs. Bunton, and I'm going to show you how to use your Apex tutorials beginning this week. So once you log into Apex, you should get a dashboard that looks like this called My Dashboard, and under the tutorials name, you'll have different tutorials listed, or you could have different tutorials listed, but all of you should only have this one called English 9. So this is the name of our tutorial that we'll be working on for a while. You're going to click on English 9. It will open up your tutorials for you. And as you see, you have 1 through 24. So inside this package, this English 9 Common Core, you have 24 tutorials. All right. So each of these is a unit. So this unit is Elements of Literature 1. This one over here, for example, would be Reading Strategies 1, and so on. So once you get in here, you're going to click on this one called Reading Strategies 1, the unit called Reading Strategies 1. You'll click right on the words. It will open up the unit for you. See, Unit Reading Strategies 1. And then the first thing you're going to do is take the pretest. So once you click on that, it will open up a short pretest for you. You need to do your best work on that pretest because that will determine how much work you have to do on making inferences and drawing conclusions. If you get 100 on all the questions related to making inferences, it will show 100% here when you're done. And then you do not have to do anything in that module, making inferences. You can skip right on to drawing conclusions, or vice versa. If you get 100% on both of these, then you can skip right to the post-test. So, very, very important to do your very best on the pretest because this will monitor what you already know, and if you already know it, I don't want you wasting your time working through it. So, once you're done with your pretest, then you will start with your first module, making inferences. Unless you received 100, then you would start with the next one down. But you would click Making Inferences. You will have 4 things you have to do. Learn it, try it, review it, test it. So I will tell you what I love doing first is actually clicking on Review It. To do that first, it gives you an overview of what the module's about, and it explains how it maybe connects to real life. So that's the one I usually do first. But then after Review It, and you don't have to do Review It first, you could go right to Learn It, but if you do Review It first, then you want to go to Learn It, Get Started. You would click on Learn It, Get Started, and then you would read through the information on the page. It may tell you to click something. Then at the top here are your arrows to turn the page. If you see a word underlined, that means it's an important word in the lesson. It's a vocabulary word or a key term that you need to know, and trust me, it will show up again. So hover over it, take a glance at what it means on the right side of your screen. Here's what I mean by it may ask you to do something. It says explore the image to gather 6 explicit details about the scene below. So then you would have to click on the image to find 6 explicit details. Okay, then you would click all the way through. Some things will have you looking at a picture, answering questions. You have a certain amount of attempts. You can get a hint if you really just don't know. Because remember, this part is all about learning about this module, this skill, this strategy. This is the teaching you part, okay? It's really important you take your time with this so that you understand it. And then when you're done, okay, when you're done with all the pages, page 9, then you're like, okay, what do I do? Now, when you finish it up, it may take you right to where you need to be. If it doesn't, what you have right here are those 4 things I told you about: the learn it, try it, review it, test it. So you did your learn it. You can go ahead and go to try it now. You're going to try it out with some questions. Then that's the review it, little rewind button. You would watch that video. They're usually a little funny. This lady's very engaging. And then once you're done with that, you will go to the test it. And like for example, this test it only has 4 questions. And then when you're done, if you need to go back to your unit, right, to do the next section, you would click unit. Your score for making inferences should show up here now. And you would move on to drawing conclusions. You would go through the same steps. And then when you're done, if you did everything you were supposed to, this post-test will unlock. Okay? If you did everything you needed to, it will unlock. You can take your post-test. All right? So that's what you need to do for this week. Remember, you are going to log in. Log into Apex, click on English 9. It will bring up this page, your tutorials, and you will click on number 3 that says Reading Strategies 1. That is our lesson for this week, Reading Strategies 1, making inferences and drawing conclusions. All right, guys, good luck. I hope you like this, and let me know if you have any questions.